Today we'll be doing the glow plugs on a Fiat Tipo 2017. As you can see, we have got a glow plug error and it appears that it's been dying over the past couple of months. We've had the glow plug light on the dash. It'll actually appear up in the middle screen as well. It's not on at the moment, but we have got an engine light. Thankfully I've got a diagnostics machine to use, what I use for work as well. I've managed to get them for £48, so it's not too bad. You'll need a 9mm deep socket to be able to pop them into. Let's do that now. I ain't got a tripod, so it might be a bit iffy. So you just need a 9mm to try and crack them, and you're going to need some sort of penetrating lubricant. So I've gone with this, and you're going to want to spray this. Ideally, the longer you leave it to spray, the better it will be. I've sprayed it once. It's probably not going to help, but we'll see how far we get with it today. Hopefully this will help someone out with the same problem on a Tipo. What you're going to want to do next is pop your engine cover off. You'll need some sort of pliers, ideally long nose. These might not be that good. Yeah, 9mm. First you're going to come to the negative terminal of the battery with these Fiat Tipos and just pop this off. It will kill the ignition. You don't want to be working while there's power through. If you can see, nothing's on. So you start there. And then you're going to want to spray your lubricant with your little nozzle down on each coil. Once you've done that and you've let them settle, you can then pop the ends of the connectors off. And then you can get your 9mm socket onto here. You can start cracking them and trying to get them, each one of them out. Thankfully, I've managed to just crack it, leaving the engine nice and hot. These are hot to touch, and using lubricant at the same time, it helps. You want to try and keep the engine nice and hot before you do this. Like I said, ideally, depending on the car, if you can, spray it a few days before while the engine's hot several times, just so when you come to work on it, it's a lot easier to work with. So far we're lucky with the first one, and we'll see how lucky you are with the rest. Just pop them off with your pliers. Try not to squeeze too hard, they're not really that hard to get off. And then we're going to get our little socket, pop it over here, and we'll try and crack this one as well. See how this goes. Looks like this one's going to be a bit of a pain to get to. There we go, we'll get a socket on. And I'll try and do this one. Don't want this video to be too long, that's all. And that's cracked beautifully there. If they are a bit tight, just be patient and work with them and keep spraying them. The last thing you want is them to snap, because you will be taking the cylinder head off to get to them the other way. And you can just see how easy this is coming out. You might just need to use the pliers in a second to pull that out. I think I'm just spinning that around. See if I need to go and get my long nose pliers out or not. And there we go, another one's out. Just working with them really easy, and this is cylinder free, which is the problem, and I think it does look a lot different to the fourth one I took out. Can't remember where I've popped it. So you just double check that they are the right part. And you can see they are. What I'm going to do is spray a bit of the lubricant just around the thread. I'm going to face it like this on its side, just so it can run off any excess. Pop them all in the engine bay, and it's just a reverse process of tightening them all back up.
What's this?
It's just the engine bay. Right, when you are doing them up, just do them by hand at first, just so you don't cross thread anything, because they are at a slight angle. Make sure you've done them all by hand first, just before you torque them all up, just to avoid any problems in the future. If you've popped them all in, just double check, make sure you've pushed them down. They do click in. Make sure you put your battery in negative terminal back on, and then we'll go and start the car and see if it fires up. Put your battery back on, just make sure your car starts up. As you can see, it's fired right up. Still has got the engine light on this, so what we'll do is we'll turn that back off, we're going to scan it. You may need a machine for this, or someone just to clear it off after you've done it. Depends how long you've had the battery off of the car. It should erase some codes. There should be more codes than just the ECU, because the car has had a bump previously. As you can see, the body control and the telematic module is on there. But we'll see if we're able to clear the codes off, because there was a permanent error before which wouldn't allow me to erase it. Yep, and it's cleared them right off for me. So I'll let that finish. It's taking its time today. You're helping. Right, so I'll just turn this off. See if any of these lights pop back on. And the engine light's gone off. It's just where it's had an impact on the front, damaging the module. And it's fired right up. We've got no flashing glow plug light on, so that's good to go. Hopefully this has helped anyone else with a Fiat Tipo.